it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues.
It is time to lose that blues, and it's a wonderful Monday. Rainy days and Mondays don't get us down. My partner in crime, my co-host this morning is, of course, Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky.
Happy Monday, right?
It is a happy Monday.
Yay.
Little cool.
Still a little dark. How low can we go, right? Right?
Yeah.
All right. In the hot seat this morning, we have, this is a younger guest with us this morning, doing great things. We're going to find out all about Ashton Thompson. Good morning, Ashton.
Good morning. How are you?
Happy Monday. Good. Look, she's smiling.
I am.
On a Monday. I love
Ready
that.
for the day.
That's contagious.
Yes.
Keep that up, girl. I'm telling you. All right, Laura, let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Kentucky Anna Cat and Court, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Celebrity Home Loans.
Yay. Thank you to our great sponsors. All right, we're already on to the 25th day of October. That's crazy. Let's see what today, this is a counting day. Ashton, you good with numbers?
No, I'm not good with numbers.
We know, right? Right,
Yeah.
Laura?
I like numbers.
Yeah.
I like numbers.
You ever want to be an accountant?
No, not on account.
No.
Yeah. I have to have I would have to be moving. I have to keep moving in motion. International Artist Day. Ashton, are you an artist?
No.
I thought you
No. I mean, I could draw a little bit in elementary school, but
could.
no.
My kindergarten teacher gave me a smiley face. I know that I'm an artist.
I got
What
the
about
sticker.
Yeah.
Laura, what about you? Okay.
I'm left-handed, so even stick figures look
Oh, I
weird to
love
everybody
left-handed.
else.
It's fun to watch. I'm sorry. I stare.
I always drag my finger through the ink.
The
I always have my pinky finger's always got some ink all over it.
true little fun fact about Laura.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
All right. This is also National Greasy Food Day. All right, Ashton. I called you up and I said, let's do some greasy food, Ashton. What are we gonna have?
Probably a big cheeseburger and some fries. Yeah, steak and shake.
I was thinking
Ooh.
cheeseburger and onion rings.
Oh, have mercy. All of the above. Yeah, any of that that you guys say. Yeah. National I Care About You Day.
That's a good one.
Punk for a Day.
Oh.
This is also Sours Day. You know how they have like the sour gummy worms and sour. I'm trying to think of all the different sour things. World Pasta Day. What's your favorite kind of pasta, Ashton?
Definitely chicken Alfredo.
Have mercy. Right.
I don't know. I like good pasta salad with fresh garden veggies.
Okay, I'm with you. Any of that. All right, I'm with you on it.
Favorites.
World Pizza Maker Day.
Ooh, that's a good
Made a
one.
pizza yesterday, so I was getting prepared and ready for that, right?
See?
So get out and enjoy for sure. All right, and those are great holidays, and we're getting coming up. Of course, we want to say congratulations to the West Washington Senators and the Salem Lions for their win on Friday night.
They did so good, both teams.
And I was telling Laura that on the way home, because she went to the game up Southridge, and I said I can't even imagine the ride home. I bet you were just bouncing off the walls. You probably had the music up, just jamming. No?
No. You know, I'm one of those people that, you turn the music down when you don't know where you're going. And I don't really know why, but
That's hilarious. But now, see, I'm one of those people that, like, after the game, I want to talk about it. Are you guys like that?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I kept listening to the radio.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, we had Bob Level on, and Bob Level does all that. So, I mean, talks about it.
I listen to the football talk, so.
So it looks like Salem Lions will be playing Gibson Southern this Friday night for the sectional semifinal. Laura, have you done your homework? Do you know anything about them?
Well, I just know what Noah told me. He said that they're one of the ones that are predicted to possibly win state. It's like a 2.5-hour drive.
Okay.
Supposedly they're really, really good.
But the good news of it is it's why they call it a game.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's, we'll see.
I heard they have a good passing game. I don't know.
I hopefully we have a good interception game
on them. So totally going off rumors.
Ashton, do you care for our coach? I mean, how do you feel about the Salem Lions coach?
I don't think he's really good, but I mean,
It's wrong.
I'm just kidding. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah, you better. I know.
From what the boys have said this year, they really like him. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. Well, he's very motivated, you
Yeah.
know, and he's been chomping at to do this, and he's been thinking about how he wants to do it, you know, and he's doing a great job. Yeah.
I'm proud of
I
him.
just had to razz him a little.
Yeah.
So I hope that gets back to him, right?
Yeah.
Surely he's listening.
Well, he would get
now.
us. You know very good and well. He'd be saying the same.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be having that game. West Washington Senators beat Rock Creek. They did. One of the Senators was injured on the field.
Yes.
It was about a 9-minute stop there, but we heard that he's doing better.
Yeah, severe sprain, I think is what I last read.
So West Washington will be playing Springs Valley, and I think Springs Valley is always usually pretty good. They're really good.
Yeah. I think that's a rematch, isn't it? They've already played.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. The Blackhawks defeated North Davies Friday night, 27-6. But this will be the sectional semifinal game. Eastern hosted the Trenton Central Tigers Friday night. The Tigers will go on to play Clarksville in the sectional 39 semifinal. The Musketeers ended the season. We're very proud of our Musketeers and want to keep encouraging them there. IU faced Ohio State Saturday evening and tied the game early at 7, but the Buckeyes pulled forward 51-7. So, I know. Ashton, did you go to that game?
No, well, we were supposed to go tailgating, but Leah and Carly had a game at IUS, so we went down there and watched them. But we watched it on TV. Kind of glad we didn't go up there.
Yeah.
After the result.
I don't know. It's always fun, though, to go to IU.
Yeah.
IU travels to Maryland Saturday for a noon game. The Hoosiers are 0-4 in conference play, 2-5 overall. Purdue played Wisconsin and lost 30-13. I know the Boilermakers traveled to Nebraska for a 3:30 game on Saturday. Purdue is 2-2 in conference play, 4-3 overall. The Colts won over the 49ers Sunday, 30-18. Giddy up for the Colts. Indianapolis holds on to second position in their division behind the Titans. The Titans come to Indianapolis Sunday for a Halloween matchup with the Colts at 1 p.m. We'll be carrying that game. And don't forget, the city of Salem will be having their trick-or-treating from 6 to 9. 6 to 9. And also, don't forget, we got the big Boo Bash. Boo Bash. Ashton, you ought to come set up.
I am ready for
I am too.
it.
Just grab a bunch of candy and bring your car. The kids would love that.
Yeah, the car's in South Carolina, so I can't do that. But I can bring myself.
There you go. There you go. And come in your outfit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you got that candy? Yeah. Tell your mom just go buy a lot of candy. Okay.
Tons of candy.
Yeah. And the Boo Bash goes from 4:30 to 6 at the elementary school. We're going to be set up there, and that's going to be fun. And we look forward to that. I am super excited. Yeah. And so we're going to have a good time doing that.
I can't wait to see everybody dressed up.
I know.
I love seeing the kids dressed up. Oh my goodness. We got the dogs' Halloween costumes. I know I have teenagers. Yeah. We already been through the debacle of the kids.
Ashton, her boys went to go on to go shopping on their own and to get their Halloween costumes, and they get
child size.
Oh.
They didn't bother to read the size.
Nice. Or try it on.
No. They looked at the box. Oh my goodness, what is that? Is that a spider?
It's an octopus.
Octopus. Okay.
Our German Rottweiler is a purple octopus.
Awesome.
People come to her house to see the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I seen that one. Yeah. That one's adorable. Yeah.
Then
Spanish. Tell them what it is.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. They have little Spanish. We have a Spanish senor and senorita.
Love that.
So
yes. So cute. So cute.
So yes, you have to come see our dogs. They're going to be extremely cute.
So cute. And then of course the parade will be at 6:30, and then anyway, so that's the festivities on Saturday. Actually, on Halloween, Halloween is on Sunday this year. Southern Hills is having their trunk or treat on Halloween night. So when you just need a little bit more candy.
And they're doing pumpkin pizzas. I seen it.
Yay!
Pumpkin
That's what you're supposed to have. Pumpkin pizza. Oh, I just think about it. Pepperoni.
Yes.
I didn't used to. I wasn't pepperoni. You know. Now I'm like really.
Oh, absolutely.
All about the pepperoni now. Pizza. Yum. Ashton, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Definitely Kit Kats or Reese's.
Ooh. Have you seen the Kit Kat commercial? I've told everybody about it. Nobody's seen it. Where he's in the coffin and the Kit Kat raises up. They take a few of the bars from the Kit Kat.
Yeah, I actually think so. I think it was on ESPN one.
Yeah. And then you said, or a Reese cup?
Yeah, Reese's.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Lori? I know you told me. Oh, I'm sour. Yeah, you're sour. Or Dots.
Yes, I love Dots. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. You're the only one.
I know nobody else
I know,
likes
nobody
them, so
else.
I just
Well, see, that works out
Found her on
in
them.
your favor, sweetie. Since
Absolutely.
everybody passed it on. I don't even know who buys yachts. Where do you buy a yacht? I mean, like, I don't know.
oh, they carry like the boxes, like the
They have them in Boston?
yeah,
That's
at
hilarious.
Walmart.
Do they? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'll have to go over and see that. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. We will take it for that, okay? All right. Sounds good. Well, anyway, so Halloween's coming up this weekend, and of course, then time changes too. When's that? Is that, that's,
I think isn't it November 7th?
yeah, it's the next,
I
it's
think.
the next weekend, so it won't be too scary this Halloween.
Ugh.
Well, is it, okay, I get confused, and that's
So we
easily
fall
that.
back.
We fall back, so we get our hour back? Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it's
Yep.
a banner day for Becky. One more day in the hour, or one more hour in the day. I love that. I do.
Yeah.
Can't get things done.
No, I
This
would
is a
rather
24-hour
just
thing. I need like 26, 27 hours.
Yeah.
I do. Can't get everything done. Yeah, yeah. All right, I took a jaunt with the fam to Holiday World.
I see.
Holiday World delivered again. I'm telling you why. You guys, they have the best Halloween. They have so much fun. They have the shows, and they just had. Then they had this haunted house we went through, and you wear 3D glasses, and we were on this bridge, and I could not see. I mean, I could not, and it was like moving. It's like you're spiraling around and around and around. I couldn't move, and everybody's leaving, and I'm screaming, "Wait for me!"
That's funny.
Now, mind you, I could have taken the 3D glasses off and walked it right, but no, I was a team player. Kept those 3D glasses on. Everything was coming after me, you know. But yeah, it was great. Yeah. So anyway, and they've got little haunted houses, and so much to do. Holiday World rocks, and of course from all of the roller coasters, so much to do, and all the great food and entertainment. So thank you, Holiday World, for that, for sure. And over the weekend, also, we had some more people have had birthday parties. I went to a wonderful birthday party, and they, I was actually disc jockey in it. I was not, anyway, I wasn't the guest there. But I was there watching, and they had an arm that looked like meat. They did a hand meat.
Oh yes.
Holly Thompson did it.
Uh-huh.
And it was so weird looking, and she had like almost looked like veins in it.
Mhm.
And then when they were carving it, I'm just gonna say it was a lot. I couldn't stop watching. I was doing the music, but while I was doing the music, I was like staring, like watching people. But anyway, so that's kind of exciting. Now, do you like Halloween, Ashton?
Yes. I mean, my favorite holiday is obviously Christmas, but I mean, just going the Halloween parties and dressing up, I still think that's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I know Laura loves it. Laura,
Oh, yeah.
I know Laura's all about it too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we got. Okay, I think we're good on announcements. I think I've got all my announcements done. Yes, I do. So let's jump right in and find out. Ashton, first of all, let's tell a little about yourself and your age and were you in school and your parents, everybody. Let's hear it.
So I'm currently 21. I'm a junior at IUS, majoring in organizational communication. So I went to school at Salem, graduated in 2019. My parents, my dad is a regional rep for Spartan Mowers. So he travels all the time and stuff like that. And then my mom works at Huber's. And then my sister is a junior at Salem. She plays volleyball.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, which they've had a wonderful season.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, do you go support her?
Yes, I do. I don't really understand volleyball because I didn't play it in high school, but like
Okay.
I sometimes get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just being there,
Yeah, took a while.
yeah, holler out her name every so often.
I'm with Ashton. I don't understand.
Do you not? Okay, I played
No.
volleyball, so many years
Yeah.
ago.
I
But-
don't understand.
Yeah.
I still like to watch it.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
They're always yelling, so that's what gets me. Like after every
Yeah.
point, they're always
Yeah, they do.
screaming.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
all
that's
right.
the team fired up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, so then going back, okay, so at IUS and going to Salem Community School, which Salem Lions roar on.
Yeah.
And we know that your uncle is Blair Thompson, so wonderful. So you got a wonderful connection. And I shout out to Mom up at Huber's. Went up there a few weekends ago. My goodness, they got all kinds of things going on too up there.
Yeah, they're always super busy during this time.
Yeah, fun time for
Yeah.
sure. So let's talk a little about what got you involved in, because everybody's doing different things in your family. So what got you involved in racing, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I started racing when I was 6 years old. So at that time, I didn't really want to play sports. YMCA soccer was a thing, and I just wasn't into that. So I was like, Dad, I want to race. And he was like, okay, well, let's get you started in something easy and safe. So I raced quarter midgets from when I was 6 to about 9.
Okay, let's stop. Let's go slow because a lot of our listeners might not know what quarter midgets are. Okay.
So they're basically a quarter size of a full-size midget. So if you've seen like full-size midgets, racing at the Chili Bowl or something like that, that's what they are. So they're little cars. I mean, they're nothing crazy, but they're cute and fast.
Are they the ones that make the real loud noise?
No. I mean, yes, there's certain divisions where some of them can make really loud noises, but no, they're more like a go-kart.
Okay,
to explain it better.
Okay, well, no, okay, I get that because I was a go-kart. I love go-karts.
Yeah.
So much fun. And I had a mini bike. Did you have a mini bike too?
No, I did not.
Okay, we need to get you a mini bike.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. You gotta try a mini bike. That might be a whole other door.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's go back to so with the midgets and stuff. Well, how fast do they go? What was your?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 mile an hour, so it wasn't anything too crazy. It was a good learning experience, learning racing, learning the history of racing, making new friends when I was little, stuff like that, because I wasn't playing sports at that time. So traveling to Indy and Nashville and all these places, I was making a ton of new friends, and a lot of our friends now in racing are connected from when we were little. So
I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so starting off with the midgets and everything, so did you have to learn how to fix your own car? Like, let's say that there's something that goes wrong, and did you have the pit crew? Was that dad and mom, or?
Yeah, that was my mom and dad. I really didn't have to do anything because I was running around after the races playing with friends, playing football or basketball or something after the races. So I wasn't too focused then because I really didn't understand what was going on. I mean, I understood the sport, but I didn't really take it seriously. I mean, I took it seriously enough to know, like, okay, we got to go to the races, we got to try to win and stuff like that. But it was more about having fun back then. So
I love that. Well, that's what kept you to doing it today. So
for sure.
So going back on that, so did you win races?
Oh yeah, I mean,
back then.
Yeah, I've had a number of notable wins and stuff like that. I have a whole list of them, but it's too much to read off. One that stands.
Don't you wish you could say that?
Yeah, because I'm just sitting here looking at her paper thinking,
I know. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, one that stands out to me was a 4th of July race we did in Indy. I got 3rd, but my mom actually made the trophy designs for that weekend, so I was really wanting the trophies because they looked awesome. But back then, that's what I was like, that's a cool trophy, I want to do good for that. Yeah, it was a 50-lap race, so it was pretty long for a 7-year-old. Yeah.
Wow. So okay, let's go back. When you're racing, when you're running, are you full throttle?
It depends. I mean, now I'm road racing, so there's a lot of throttle and there's a lot of braking.
Okay, so let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna finish the midgets.
Yeah.
So you, but like as a 6-year-old getting in a car, did you just say like, I want to go fast, Daddy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically how it was. Yeah. If I could remember right, there wasn't a whole lot of braking when I was little. It's all just full throttle, trying to run your line properly.
Stay in your line.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. Well, see, and that's a good life lesson, right, Laura? Everybody, even off the track. Stay in your lane, right? Yes, very good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. I didn't realize
that
racing started that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So okay, so then you got the feel for it, and you started loving it. Okay, so then we went from midgets to.
Well, I actually stopped racing when I was 9.
Oh.
Mainly because we ran out of money to do racing. It was 2009, and financial stuff was.
I don't think people. What are we talking like?
Per weekend back then, it was probably $300, $400 for those little cars. You got to pay for tires. You got to pay for something if you mess up, track fees, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we stopped racing, and then I obviously started playing basketball, travel basketball, and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, but the love of the sport was still there. I mean, we'd go to the French Lick and go karting, and I'd beat everybody, and nobody would want to go with me because it wouldn't be fun because I'd be lapping them. The sport still lived on even though I wasn't in it because, I mean, once you get in the racing, it kind of grows on you, and they always say it's in your blood, and I do believe that, like, it's in your blood.
So going back, did you own the midget or did you rent it? How do you?
No, we actually owned it.
Okay.
So that was ours. We had 2 cars. One was a light 160 and one was a junior Honda. I did the best in the junior Honda series, but yeah, we actually owned those. So when we got out of racing, we obviously sold everything and stuff like that. So.
Right.
Yep.
So 9 years old was you got back in it at 9? Okay, wait,
No,
you stopped at 9.
Stopped at 9. Yep.
All right, so a dark year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so then we go back, and what year did we start thinking, gee, I just really want to do this?
This year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't get the opportunity to get back into racing until this year.
oh, wow.
So yeah.
So you've had a little bit of a break.
Oh yeah, a lot of break. Yeah.
So now, is that a disadvantage to you?
Yes and no. I mean, I've matured as a driver. I know what's right and what's wrong, when to push my limits, when not to push my limits. But I'm definitely on the older spectrum now in this division. I will be the oldest driver in the circuit this year, which is kind of crazy to me. But moving forward, there's going to be a lot of teams that don't want to take a chance on an older driver. They want somebody younger coming in, you know. We always like young kids in race cars being the older guys. So there's that as a disadvantage for me.
Okay. At 21, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Oh, come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that in any of the books I have. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say, so you decided, you woke up and said, I really want to get back into this. I love it.
Yeah.
This is something I really want to do. And so did you go to your mom and dad, talk to them, and they said, let's do it?
Yeah, so me and Dad actually went to a Salem race. I think it was right after the 4th of July race.
Okay.
And I told him, I was like, I really want to start racing again. Like, it's just bugging me. I need to get back in a race car. So he's like, okay, well, we can try to rent a Legend off of somebody, which the INEX Legends, I don't know if you know what those are, but they're like the 1930s Ford body style little kit cars. They race them at Salem. So we started in those. We rented the car from a guy in Nashville. And so our first race was at the Nashville Fairgrounds, which is a huge track and really well-known track. And I think we started that field with 22 cars.
Oh my gosh. Is that like a dirt track, or was that an asphalt?
It's paved. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they do run these on dirt. I would love to run one on dirt, but we just didn't have that opportunity. So we ran down there, and then I didn't do horrible. I mean, I got 18th out of 22 cars, which I thought was pretty good for my first race in 10 years.
Exactly.
And I was like, past a few people, learn the cars, because these cars are like nothing that I've ever drove before. They're a lot faster. They're kind of like driving a really fast lawnmower with no tires.
Wait, really fast lawnmower with no tires?
Yeah, no tires. Yeah, because we can't change the tires all year long. So you're running on the same tread. I mean, usually in racing, you change your tires after every race or after every pit stop. So Hoosier was having a tire shortage this year, along with everybody else. So there was no tires. So you had to run on the same set of tires every single race. So you have no traction for tires wise. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. So COVID hit it too, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. COVID hit it. Everything. Yeah. Even racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the tire.
I had no idea.
That's interesting. Okay, so so going back from, let's say, 6-year-old to 21-year-old, and you're starting off,
mm-hmm.
and you're sitting in that car. Do you find that your fear factor, are you more the thrill seeker of fear, or do you feel like I'm a little more conservative, or how do you feel like can you tell a difference in yourself?
So I get the same feeling that I got when I was little. You got the butterflies in your stomach, like.
And they said that every
there.
race car driver has always said that, and
Yep.
they said they said if you are not having those, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously,
Yep.
it'd just be like everything you do, right?
Mm-hmm. And I realized that. I mean, there was that race at Salem. I didn't have butterflies, and it was kind of weird to me. I was like, "What's going on?" It was getting ready to start practice, and just something was off. And 2 laps in, that's when I flipped the Legend at Salem a few weeks ago.
You flipped.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Oh my God. Okay, so tell us about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So they
go in detail. We
Okay,
I
okay.
want to know details.
All right,
Okay,
so
don't leave anything out.
They raced the Crown Vic, so at Salem the figure 8. So if you can imagine, they take a little junky Crown Vic and
I've seen
set it up
yeah.
to be a race car.
And
So
that figure 8, you have to give huge respect to that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
So we race on the oval in that figure 8, the outside oval. So before practice started, somebody was dropping oil on the racetrack. We don't know who it was, but 2 laps in, I hit that oil, spun, backed it into the wall, and then ran up onto the wall, because those walls over there are like interstate walls, so they have the little ramp. So I ran onto the wall, flipped it, I wasn't a hard hit, but I was like, dang it, because I really wanted to show out for Salem that night because it was my first race in Salem.
Yeah.
Never raced in Salem. So that went down. I was really upset. I mean, caused a decent amount of damage to the car. I think it was like $800 worth of damage.
See, and like just like a bump or a fender, I mean, I can't even imagine the cost. Yeah. Because those cars are, what does a car run even?
Those cars probably run at like 20,000 new because they're not super expensive. They're designed to be a low cost entry racing for people, but I mean, of course, with all racing, it's expensive.
I was gonna say, but that adds up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the oil, and so that's a big no-no then, right?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do anything. I lost complete control of the car, and it was.
That's scary.
It wasn't scary, but the part that really got me was when I was sitting there sideways, upside down, whatever you want to call it. I had knocked the oil or the gas reserve off the gas tank, so it was leaking gas.
Oh.
I didn't realize that until I looked down over my left shoulder and I saw a puddle of gas on the pavement, and then I was like, oh crap, it's time to get out of here. Because I was just going to wait for the safety official to come over there, make sure I was okay. All the cars were stopped, but that's when I started freaking out and really trying to get out of the car. DB, who was the safety official out at the Speedway, he's really well known. He was great. He came over there. He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, but the car's leaking gas, so we need to get out of here. And he's like, oh yeah, we gotta go. I was like, yeah, that was kind of scary.
Mom, I'd be throwing it over on the side. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd be on the track.
Yeah,
I would track. Well, you said EB or what's his name?
DB.
DB. I would be DB.
Yeah.
DB. That person that ran right by you was me. Okay. I mean, I'd have had. Yeah. Even in heels, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was little, my mom was always really nervous.
Well, I can.
Yeah, but she after I flipped, she actually was the first one to meet me because I just stormed off because I was mad, helmet on and everything. I didn't take anything off and just walked right back to the pits.
And throw your helmet. Good sportsmanship.
That's
even. I mean, you can be angry, you can be upset. Just don't throw your helmet and jump up and down.
It's too expensive a helmet to throw on the ground.
Good. She's good. So you did have okay. All right. I'm out of here, but I'm not going to throw this helmet. I'm mad, but I'm not going to throw my helmet.
Yeah. She was the first one who met me, and she was like, actually, Ashton, I wasn't that scared. I mean, I knew you were okay, but I mean, you're at the point now in your life where it's not as scary anymore. You're not a little kid. You're a grown adult racing it. She of course she was nervous, but I mean she had that feeling that I was okay and stuff.
That's refreshing.
Yeah. So I was really happy about that because I thought she was going to be in tears and I was going to have to deal with her crying.
Yeah. Well, you know how we are, moms. I mean, but and because that would have been a total different reaction if she would have. So that was well played on her part. Very good.
It was more comforting than me, and I wasn't too upset. I mean, I was upset, but. Racing's there's going to be wrecks involved. You just have to. It's not a if but when situation.
Right. For sure. Right. So then, so you are So you flip. Then is it like the because I used to ride horses, so like you get back up on the horse. Is it get back in the car?
Oh no, this I did a decent amount of damage. We actually loaded the car back up and went home. I broke the tire rod in the front, bent the whole front axle and all that good stuff. So it wasn't a fixable fix for that race, but they did fix it in time for the race at Salem the following weekend. So we were up there running at Salem.
Did you practice and get back in the car? You know what I'm saying? It's important to do that, right? Once you've had an accident, they probably encourage you get back in and do it.
So since I didn't have access to the car because it was at Nashville being worked on at the guy's shop, I actually went to French Lick and went go-karting to make sure that I wasn't all worked up and stuff.
Catch you practicing.
Yeah, if I'm out in my actual car, I'm at French Lick go-kart track. Go-karting over there. But I did end up practicing that week. We brought the car up Thursday and I was able to get on track. The people at Salem are great. I mean, I pay the safety officials $50 and I can get on track for however long I want. It's awesome out there.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, going back when after you flipped and then you've had a little time getting back in that car and getting on the track, was that a little scary to you?
No. I mean, I had flipped when I was little. I think I flipped 3 times when I was in the little race car. So, I mean, wrecking wasn't anything new to me, but it was a different experience wrecking at that high level, but I didn't let it get to me at all. I mean, I just wanted to get back in the car and go racing.
So Well, I'm sorry, Laura.
You're good.
Go ahead,
You're
Laura.
good. I was just gonna see. Like, I'm intrigued. Like, so do you fully fund this? Do you get sponsors? Like, how do you go about this?
So for the Legends, it was all local sponsors and stuff like that. I mean, I think the Salem race I pulled in $1,200, so that was nice. So when I did wreck, I had that to cover the cost, and I wasn't out of pocket any money. So that was super. I was super thankful for the sponsors around here for coming for that. But yeah, racing is fully funded unless you get sponsorship. So that's what I'm currently looking for this F4 journey.
Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay,
Yeah.
I do want to talk about that. I do want to go back to the sponsorship. That's wonderful. If anybody is listening and would like to be a part of this, I love this. But okay, so when you're going down, I'm not done with it. I have to have details. Okay, I know. Attention to details. Okay, so when you're going and you're flipping in, you're going in your mind. What are you thinking? I mean, and what you remember? Wait, hang on. We are a family station. So,
yeah.
I mean, what's your your words? But what are you thinking, and what's going in your mind? And what are you yelling, or what are you doing?
I mean, looking back, it all happened like really fast. Like I don't really remember thinking about anything besides like, oh crap, this sucks. I mean, that's really what I was after I flipped, and I was just sitting there for a second, and before looking at the gas, I was like, crap, I really won the race today, and I was like, there goes a lot of money. I was like, people's gonna be disappointed. My dad's obviously mad. And my dad didn't talk to me after that wreck. I mean, he was on the track, but he just bypassed me, went straight to the car.
Well, it's probably good. Dads probably have that, where he's got to just get himself together. Before
he was. I mean, he cared about me and stuff, but he was upset about the whole situation, which so was I. So I just
found out you're fine.
Yeah. I just walked it back to the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, she's good. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean it's a lot, especially when too. I'm sure he was thinking that. I mean, you have the passion, you want to race.
Oh yeah.
And this knocks you out.
He has that same fire that I do, so I mean, he understands what I was.
Is he like him and your mom are probably your biggest supporters?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
All right. Okay. So on the sponsorship, do you get a name? Do you get your name on the car, or what do you get?
Oh yeah. So I mean, at that level, I kind of left it up to the company discretion on what they wanted to give me and stuff like that. So I mean, I had a few people give me $500 here and there, or $250 and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, we printed out logos, put them on the car and stuff like that. But there wasn't anything like big I could do at this level, because I mean, I can't go out and get a whole new tent designed in the company's like logo and stuff, because that would just be too expensive. So the best we could come up with was getting the stickers on the car, and then when I would do a Facebook post, I'd mention the sponsors and stuff like that. Because around here, a lot of their business is from social media, people seeing it on there, or advertising, stuff like that.
So on the car, what kind of car do you have now? What's this called again?
So this is called a Formula 4, which is 4 steps below Formula 1. So
explain that to us, because I don't understand that.
So the cars look like an Indy Lights car. So they're an open wheel style car. They have wings and use the downforce and all that stuff. So there's a front wing and there's a rear wing, just like your Indy car. You got the front wing and you got the rear wing.
Okay, I've seen your car.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. Okay, go ahead. And so you have the wings and you have the
open cockpit. So on these, I mean, now you see on the Indy cars, they have the halo and stuff like that surrounding the cockpit. These actually don't have the halo built into the chassis, so it's still just me being the windshield.
Okay, so what would be the advantage of that?
Safety wise.
Okay.
So I mean, that halo that surrounds your head is super important, and they proved that in Formula 1 and IndyCar, because there was an incident a couple years ago, Connor Daly at the Indy 500, where a tire flew off and hit his halo and saved his life.
Oh wow, I can remember that. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. So how come your car doesn't have a halo?
Mainly because they don't go as fast as the F3, F2, F1s or Indy cars. I mean, they will have a halo in 2023, but to build that halo, you have to build a whole new chassis. It's not something you can just place on the car. It has to be built in with the car. So, I mean, that raises the cost and stuff like that. A chassis now for an F4 car is $50,000 just for the chassis.
Oh my gosh.
So that doesn't include any any suspension or any transmission or stuff like that, just the chassis.
Well, I want you to have a halo.
Yeah. So I mean, so do I, but
Safety wise,
Yeah.
yes. What's Laura and I? We
Yeah.
go for the halo.
I'm like looking at her picture and I'm thinking, how can we fix that? So,
Halo.
Yeah.
I bet Jeremy can. I bet he could design
I bet
something.
he can figure
I
something
bet.
out.
Here, let us borrow that car for a second.
Absolutely.
Jeremy will pick up something. I bet.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of mechanics around here. We've had too many demolition derbies around this community. You know very well that there are men out there, and maybe women too, that can take that car and come up with something. You know?
Yeah.
But and I know I have 100% in this county. I know there's people.
Yeah, we will have one in 2023 because we're still running the 2016 chassis. So we'll run these cars for 4 or 5 years, and then they'll update the chassis. So the updated one will have one, but just for this next season, we won't have one.
Okay. Well, we need a prayer on that season.
Oh yeah.
Okay, going back then. Okay, on this, how much? Okay, so you're talking $50,000 for a chassis. Am I saying the words right?
Yes.
Okay, but how much? What kind of car? What's the amount of car? How much are we talking about?
So to run the whole F4 season, which consists of 6 race weekends, 3 races a weekend, is $200,000. So the
And that's
cost
to rent the car.
Yes, that's to rent a car. That covers everything. Travel, I mean, you got to pay for your truck driver to haul the cars places, and gas isn't cheap right now. So if we haul the car from South Carolina to Texas at Coda, that's a long haul. You got to pay for his food, his hotel. So you break the cost down, it's really not that much money once you break it down, because that covers tires cost too. Tires for these cars run $2,000 per set of slicks. So you run probably 3 sets of slicks a weekend, so that's $6,000 right there in just tires.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so then even though your car is going, you got your car taken care of. So then that also you. How do you get there? Are you driving or flying or?
Hopefully we fly. I don't like driving, but we will.
Wait,
we will.
I mean, like driving and you're.
No, I mean, driving on the actual road scares the crap out of me. I feel so much safer driving in a race car on a racetrack than driving out here, because you have.
Different.
Yeah, I mean, you have all the safety stuff on. Out here, you just have your airbags, and you have no idea what the other driver is going to do.
Well, that's
so
that's where defensive driving comes into play.
Oh,
this is the mommies in us saying, remember defensive driving.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, you're talking $200,000 for the car and the events,
and that covers your pit crew too. We have a
pit crew.
Yep.
How many do we have in our pit crew?
Usually,
I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, usually we have 4 or 5 guys that go down with us, and that covers our engineer, because we have a full engineer who can tell us what's going on with the car. We have analytics that go along with it, because it's really cool, because we got this microchip that plugs into the car, and you can take that microchip out after a practice or a race, and it tells you everything about the car, like everything you can imagine about the engine, what your braking is, so it's really helpful to understand, because it's kind of like your check engine light almost. It comes on and you can plug that into the computer and tell us what's going on with the car. So it's a big step up from what I was running a few months ago here in Salem.
That's uptown, isn't it?
It's big stuff. Yeah.
Okay, going back then. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
This is so interesting. Okay, when your pit crew, are you choosing them, or do they come with the car?
They come with our team and stuff like that.
So like, is that important to get to know them? I mean, like, do you have to get a good relationship? Because I don't think, to me, I would want my good friends. I would want Laura to be there in my pit crew, because I know Laura's going to have my best interest, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I would think you too, Ashton.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Ashton.
Yeah, we definitely need Ashton on this pit crew. I'm designing. I don't know if you design your own pit crew, or who's important to you. Who's fast, right?
Yeah. So our team owner, Phil, he is great. His name is Phil Picard. He owns the team and stuff like that. So he chooses everybody, and I mean, he knows who's best at this point. He's been in the racing industry for almost 30 years now, so he knows who to be on our team to give us the best interest. So yeah, it's always important to have a great relationship with those people, because once you form that relationship with them, they feel as a driver you care about what they're doing. They feel like their job may not be as important as what your job is, because you're the driver. So if you show that you care about them, then they're definitely going to care more about you.
I know I've been up to Indy a lot for their races, and they actually have like pit crew like races.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to watch. They'll have like 4 pit crews, and they'll have like an obstacle, or they'll bring a car in real quick, and they have to, and they're racing, and they're on the timer to see who can change that tire the quickest, who can, get the car. It's really fun to watch those races. Those are really fun.
Oh yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the pit crew.
Yeah,
because you got to give a lot of respect.
Yeah,
because they can make it or break it. Mm-hmm. Seconds matter.
Yeah, you got to get a pit stop under 10 seconds, which is crazy.
Yeah. So does somebody wash your windows?
So I don't have windows.
Oh, that's right.
It's an open cockpit. So I have tear off strips on my visor. So anytime something gets dirty, I'll just tear one of those off and
you do it yourself.
Yep.
Okay, because I will come and I will offer my service. I want to wish I don't want to change a tire because I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
But I would wash a window. But if you don't have a window, I will tear off your strip.
All right.
You know what I mean? And I think I could do it at a pretty fast speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rip off the
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid.
Becky can be our tear off man.
Okay. Ooh,
yeah.
I have a title. Look at that. I have a title. Okay. I have a title.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. We need a tear off man. She's talking over there. Ashton is pulled into the pits. We need our tear off.
Yep.
She's over there talking to somebody.
Yeah, that'd be
great. There might be an issue with that. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, no. I think it's so fascinating.
So what is your goals? What?
So obviously being from Indiana, my huge goal is to be in an IndyCar one day. But that'd be so awesome. That would be awesome. That's a long way from now, and we gotta get through this first. But yeah, I would love to be on an IndyCar team. They always say you're gonna be better than Danica, and I was like, sure, I'll be better than Danica if I can get there. It's all about getting there, and it's not an easy road to get there for sure.
Oh, right.
Yep. Or they have the Formula 1W series now, which I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's all women racing in an F2 car, but they travel with Formula 1, race at all the tracks and stuff like that. So it's like a women's season for Formula 1. So if IndyCar is not in the outlook, that would be a really cool dream to get to there and be alongside of Formula 1 teams and stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, one year when I was up there, I don't remember what years. Everything runs together, but that Piper was there.
Yeah.
And she wrecked her car, and she was so upset. But it was crazy when they brought that car in. It's crazy the way they know how to put that back together.
Yeah.
To watch. You talk about geniuses. You know what I mean? And they just looked just like it was no big deal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They just knew everything, and it's crazy to watch that. And you talk about huge respect. You have to give a lot of respect to that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so on the road to Indy.
Yes.
Let's call this.
Yes.
On our journey.
I love it.
Okay. That's titled. Okay.
I love that. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, Ashton. So let's. All right. So we're at the F. Okay. I'm sorry. 4. Right.
Yes,
F4.
F4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So then, and I mean this, I don't understand. So then, do you go to F3, 2, and do you go down? So after maybe a year or two at this F4, then you go to 3. What's usually the pattern? I guess.
Yeah. So I'll start out with how I got this drive from Legends to this. So Phil actually had saw one of my Facebook posts and reached out to me. It was like, hey, would you be interested, in coming and testing one of these cars? He wanted to know my goals and stuff like that. And I told him obviously IndyCar, and he was like, well, this is where you need to be. And I was like, okay, well, sure. I'd rather race these than the Legends cars that I was in. So I gave him a call and we set up a test drive, which is like a practice. We call it testing instead of practicing. So I went down there about 4 weeks ago and did my first test. First time ever being on a road course. Never been on a road course before. All my stuff has been on ovals. So that was new to me, being on a road course.
The road courses.
So a road course is a 14-turn course, basically. So if you've ever been to Indy and you saw the road course in the middle, that's what we run. We don't run the ovals. So our facility is actually on track down here at South Carolina Motorsports Park. So that was super nice. We don't have to haul the cars places. If we want to go test, we can just pull them out of the garage and test down there. So I went down there and tested. I also had to learn trail braking. I never really braked in a race car before too, or understood how important braking is in a race car. So that was all new to me. And I was shocked that I did so good on my first time down there. I did not expect myself to do that good or perform that well. And because it was all about seeing where I was at and seeing if he could actually offer me the car for the season, And so at the end of the day, he was like, I want you in this car. I have faith in you. You've shown me that you can drive and you're a good race car driver. So he was like, I'll offer you the car for the 2022 season and we'll go from there. But he's like, the only problem is you have to find sponsorships for that. him as a team owner, he doesn't go out and find sponsorships because, I mean, he's running his own show. And, I mean, he just needs drivers in the car. So he's like, it's your job to go out there and find sponsorships for the year. And I was like, okay, well, I can do that. But it doesn't give me a lot of time. I mean, we just went down there 4 weeks and tested, and the season will start in March. So our time frame is really, really short, and that's what is going against me. And I got offered a $75,000 diversity scholarship through the F4 series.
Oh.
So that was super nice. Thank you. Three people got it last year. Ernie Francis Jr., if you've heard of him, and then 2 other girls who were in the circuit got it. So that helps a lot, but I don't get that scholarship until I have somebody to back me for the rest of the season, which is understandable. I mean, it makes sense not to give a scholarship to somebody if they don't have the rest of the money to finish the year. So that's another, like, contrary of everything is.
I don't think you're unique though. I think this was probably a lot because this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And not everybody can just, starting out, this is, I think this is probably pretty normal for most drivers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a truck series sponsorship, it's in the millions of dollars. I mean, I know this isn't on a truck series level, but it's still at a high level racing. I mean, we're racing at Road Atlanta, Mid-Ohio, Circuit of the Americas, Road America, where IndyCar races at. So, I mean, we're racing at huge tracks. Yeah. So, I mean, when we're on our sponsorship hunt, I mean, that's a huge advantage for our sponsors, is to race at these big tracks in front of huge crowds. Because, I mean, COTA this past weekend with Formula 1 was down in Austin, Texas. Formula 4 races before that F1 race. So you have, I mean, say if you were a sponsor, you have your name on the car, you have billboards, you have all that marketing stuff. You're in front of thousands of people. So it's huge. It's huge. Yeah.
So going back on this, so that's something that so your next race is?
Our next official race will be March 24th at Road Atlanta. I am supposed to go down in 2 weeks to do another test session with him because, I mean, we obviously have to progress in where I'm going, and I want to be race ready. So
does he give you tips?
Yeah.
Okay, so he works.
Yeah, I actually have my own driving coach.
Oh.
Who comes down. His name is Quinlan Lowell. He used to race in the F4, F3 series, and he ran out of money, so now he's a driving coach. So I pay him to come down for a decent amount of money, and he follows me on the track. He'll get in another F4 car, and he follows right behind me. So it's super helpful because I have him in my ear talking to me. We got radios and all that stuff. So he tells me exactly like what to do, when to do it, and stuff like that. So that was super helpful in learning how to drive these cars on the track. So yeah, he's a good person to have around.
That's see, I don't think nobody knows this is going on. This is behind the scenes that nobody knows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work into this. I mean, this is really, you're really dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
You're also a college student. You're going to school.
Yeah, but you got to balance both. So all my classes are online. And I actually switched my major just a few weeks ago because I really wanted to focus on racing, and to be a race car driver, you got to learn how to talk to people. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll go into communications. Or if racing doesn't work out, there's plenty of fields in the racing area where I could go be on a team, be a salesperson or a marketing advertising person.
Absolutely.
So
okay, I've got to go back, and I know we've already hit this, but on the braking, you said like learning how to brake and when to brake and when not to brake. What's the advantages? You were saying that braking really is a good thing.
Yeah. So in these cars, you have to apply at least 1,200 pounds of brake pressure. So that's a lot of brake pressure. And matter of fact, I was only hitting about 700, 800 in my last test session. So I was having a problem with slowing the car down because it's ideal to slow the car down as late as possible. So you got to give that initial hit to take the speed out of the car and then pull your foot off the brake. So that's what trail braking is. So I was having an issue with braking too soon and losing speed. So I was like, okay, I really got to hit the gym because my legs aren't strong enough. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I mean, my legs are strong, but I didn't realize how.
So you're pushing the brake, but you can't push it as hard as you need to push it.
Yep. So after that test session, I went and got me a YMCA membership, and I've been at the gym.
With the legs,
Yeah. Because it surprises me. I'm racing with 14, 16-year-old kids out here in these cars, and it blows my mind that they can press the brake that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know anything about the pressing the brake and everything.
Yeah, it's huge.
Now, is it when you're actually on the road, highway,
Yeah.
do you forget your turn signals?
I mean, no,
Try to press the brake that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, so I have a Charger, so it was super nice because I was able to take my personal car out on the track before I took that out. So I was able to learn the track in my car because it can handle so well and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'll catch myself sometimes practicing how to brake in my car if nobody's behind me.
Yeah. Watch out. You see the brakes going. She's practicing.
Yeah.
We need a bumper sticker. I'm practicing.
I'm
practicing.
To stay at.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome, though. So I think it's going to be, and it's crazy to think that you're already like, I love the dedication, awesome, but to already have your dates down in March. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing in January yet.
Yeah, so I have the full 2022 schedule if you want me to read it off.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
The preseason will start in March 24th and goes to the 27th at Road Atlanta. So that racetrack is about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. It's a real well-known racetrack and stuff like that. So we'll start there. It's a non-points race, so I mean, there's no pressure in getting started and stuff like that, which I think is good for kids who are coming in, just learning the feel of the car and being around cars. Because usually we'll start 30 cars in a field for a race, so that's a lot of cars. So we'll start there at a non-points event, and then the official season starts April 8th through the 10th at New Orleans Motorsports Park in New Orleans. So we'll go down there. I've never been to New Orleans, so I thought that'd be awesome to go down there.
Let me just say the word beignet.
Yeah.
Have a beignet.
Yeah.
That'll help your racing.
Yeah.
Bring beignets back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll help my racing.
Yeah. All right. So then after that, May 19th through the 22nd is Road America in Wisconsin. So, I mean, I was super excited when I saw that on the schedule because that's where IndyCar races. And I was like, that'd be so awesome to race up there and stuff like that. And then we go to Mid-Ohio in June, and that's another IndyCar track is Mid-Ohio, if you look at the IndyCar schedule. And then in July, end of July, we'll go to New Jersey Motorsports Park. And then followed by October 6th through the 9th is the VIR, Virginia International Raceway, which that event is also huge because it's with the SCCA, so they'll run the Trans Am Series and the vintage cars and a whole bunch of other sports cars before the F4 race, so that's kind of awesome. And then we'll finish the year up at November 3rd through the 6th at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas with F1.
Oh.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's the big event at the end of the year that they just did this weekend. Yep. So usually we'll run 2 races on Saturday, 1 race on Sunday, because it's 3 races each weekend.
So this past weekend they just did it?
Yep.
And were you in it, right?
No, I was not.
Okay.
No, we're looking towards next year.
Were you just like...
Yeah.
Were you like...
Well, I just saw how many people were there. Like, one of the F4 teams posted, like, look at all these people. And then they were like, there's literally celebrities everywhere. And I was like, that'd be so cool to be down there. And it's your chance to talk to people and tell people what you're doing and stuff like that. Because this coming season, if the 2 girls come back, I may be the only female in this entire circuit.
Oh, so you, okay. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. The 2 girls that were in it, one is from Asia. I think she got adopted, which is awesome. She is on a team called Rising Star out of Indianapolis. So if she comes back, then I'll be with her. And then the other girl's from England. She comes over here and runs in the American circuit, but she lives in England. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, I was super excited to hear that because I'm coming from this little town of Salem, Indiana, and I'll be the only girl on a national level to be in the circuit.
That's pretty outstanding.
Yeah.
You talk about, getting exposure for our community.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, when one person wins in our community, it's a win for all of us.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because you are right there, you were talking about our community, you're saying where you're from, they're getting to, and people will Google us, they'll look us up, you know what I mean? There we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. And I mean, especially racing at these huge racetracks, I mean, I would love to represent Salem on a huge level.
Proud for you to do that. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah. So before you leave, we're going to get your autograph right now.
Okay.
Today. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to put it on the wall on a road to Indy.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're going, so what, have you got like a plan of action? So you're going to do, you already know what you're doing next year. Mm-hmm. And then after that, are you going to go like F3, F2? Have you kind of got a plan of action?
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, Phil, one thing that really stuck out to me about him, because there's obviously different teams that I could go talk to and want to get into. he was like, I don't want you with me in 2 years. I want you to be moving up the ladder.
Oh,
So we're going to do everything we can to make you the best driver so you can move up. So if you win the F4 championship, you get a full ride in an F3 car and a $300,000 payout. So the payout's pretty good now. It's not just $150 here if you win. So, I mean, if you win the championship series, you get a full ride in an F3 car and you're moving up the ladder that way. So, I mean, obviously that's the goal because that's the cheapest route to move up. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would love to see myself in an Indy car in 4 to 5 years. I know that's a short range, but, I mean, I'll be 26 at the time. So it's a perfect time for me to be in an Indy car.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at Colton Herta, I think he's 25,
That's
26, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I was amazed how young they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yes. This is super exciting.
So how do we help you meet this goal? This dream?
So as a community, it takes everybody. So for my test session coming up in November, if it's just me on track, it's going to run around $10,000 just to go down there and test. Because I got to pay for tires. I have to pay for the track fee. Even though we're still on track, we still have to pay to rent the track. To rent the track a day, it's $4,000. So it's helpful.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's helpful.
Get a little bit of a deal anyway.
Well, it is.
You know
It's
what I mean?
usually $6,000 to rent the track, but you try to rent the track with more drivers, so you
Okay.
cut the cost down because it's kind of a disadvantage to go down there by yourself and practice. Because I mean, you have this huge track. Why not try to get drivers? So if we don't pull at least 3 or 4 different drivers, we probably won't go down there and test because it's just, for me, that's a waste of money. I'd rather be on track with the other people so I can learn their style of driving and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get some drivers and it'll only cost me around $4 or $5,000 to go down there because I still got to pay for tires. I got to pay for my driving coach to come down and all that good stuff. So once you break down the cost, it's not that much money, but it is a lot of money.
Well, yeah, it sounds like a lot of money. Yeah.
Yep. So I have a GoFundMe up on my Facebook page because that's the easiest way for the community to come out and help instead of blowing a full-blown sponsorship on help testing and stuff like that, because I don't want one company to come in and say, here, we'll pay for your testing and stuff like that, because that makes me feel obligated to want to help them during the season. But I can't do that because my focus has to be on other businesses who are willing to come in and drop the big amounts of money and stuff like that. So I was like, the easiest way would probably be through GoFundMe, and people can just go in there and donate to me, and then I'll thank them the day of the testing so they actually see that their contributions are going towards something and stuff like that. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
So I've been talking to a couple of big businesses to come on and sponsor the whole year, because I have to have a decision made by December on if I have the money backing me or not, because that gives my team owner at least 3 more months to try to find another driver. So we came up with that agreement on December. So, I mean, I have these 3 months, and he has his 3 months to find somebody if I can't come up with it, which, I mean, it just kind of sucks that I've been limited this amount of time, because, I mean, usually people have a whole year to figure this stuff out, and I've been left with 3 months. Plus that scholarship, I mean, if I don't have somebody in a few weeks backing me, I lose that scholarship, which that's a huge chunk of money right there to lose. But, I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They need an answer because they have to be able to award those scholarships in December. So,
Right.
that's a sticky situation.
Definitely. And you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it'll work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it will.
Yeah.
I think so.
So for the big businesses who come in, I mean, this is a huge marketing opportunity for them. I mean, you're seen on this huge level. Yes, the races may not be like televised on TV, but they're broadcasted on YouTube or the radio and stuff like that. So you get that going for you. And then, I mean, the huge event is obviously COTA with F1. So, I mean, if your business is on the side of the car at that race, you're being seen in front of hundreds of thousands of people, which is awesome and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, I have a whole list of like my different sponsorship levels that I can explain to people.
Out of all the sports,
Yeah.
racing is one that when you're a sponsor, people honor that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like they will support those products.
Mhm.
Racing is one of the most dedicated sponsors. What I'm trying to say, the crowds, the fans are the most dedicated I've seen in any sport.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we only go to Lowe's
Mhm.
because of
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Johnson, or Home Depot because of Tony Stewart. So, I mean, yeah, when you're looking at the business side and marketing side of things, people want to do business with a business who cares about what they care about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And racing fans are the most dedicated. Am I saying that right? Dedicated.
Yeah,
You are.
yeah,
Yep.
They're the most dedicated fans I've ever seen in any sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's always a good reminder to remind everybody
Yes.
of that.
Yes. And I am so thankful for the people who have gotten me this far, you know, with local sponsors and stuff like that, because it wouldn't have been possible in my Legends journey without people coming through and say, hey, I want to help you out and stuff like that. Like Dr. Wheeler, the dentist here in town, has helped me out so much by just donating like dollars here and there to help me get to South Carolina a few weeks ago and stuff like that, because it's not cheap and it takes people to help you in your journey and stuff like that.
Absolutely,
Yep.
for sure. All right, time goes by so fast.
I know. We're
it goes
flying by on Monday.
Yeah, I know. The weather popped up 57 degrees right now. It's chilly out there. Yeah, we're gonna be cold all day. Anyway. All right, what else? It just popped up real quick. But Ashton, all right, let's find out where do we find the GoFundMe page? You just type in Ashton Thompson, or tell us how to get where we need to
Yeah,
be.
so if you it's in the link on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, so if you have social media, you could obviously go there and look at that.
Okay.
Or you can go to the GoFundMe app and look up, I think it's titled like Ashton Chasing Her Racing Dreams. So you could look at that, and that's the easiest way to help.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say as well. We're gonna do the best we can do to get you there, and I'm so glad you came in. Will you come back and see us?
Yeah, well,
And let me know, like when we, especially when we go from the F. I'm pretty
the
much
F4 to F3. Yeah.
I keep thinking I'm going to class. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. What the F? I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's great.
I'm trying to figure out when we get as we keep going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going. I'm sorry.
No. You're
trying to.
It's funny.
I like it. I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do want to say, because I have a passion too, because I like to go fast, and I've done the Kentucky Speedway, and they were very impressed with me.
Yeah.
I can't remember how fast did I go at Kentucky Speedway. It was. I can't remember. I mean, I hit. They charted me because I hit. So I have the need for speed too. And was it 106? I think no.
160.
160, yeah. I mean, 160. I
Yeah.
was hitting it.
Yeah. That's good.
And it was funny because I did the driving school. Have you ever done that?
No, I have not. I mean, they have driving schools for these formula classes, but it's still in the thousands of range. So
mine was
yeah.
No, that would not have been in my budget.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think they just want me to come do it, see what I can do. But I hit that, and then I rode with the driver, and he was like, "Well, I'll be easy." I was like, "No, don't you dare."
Yeah, go fast.
Yes, don't you?
Yeah.
I said, "Don't you dare slow down because of me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get it. I think that becomes moms because we're taxi drivers, trying to get kids to school. I think every mom, I think females, I think they underestimate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Ashton, I'm sure you've had to get to class or do something, or possibly, or get sister to volleyball or something. I'm sure you hit it a few times.
I'm the designated driver for our friends.
There you go. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I want all the Indiana State troopers that are listening to our program to know that Ashton drives 55 on the.
Yes, I do.
And uses her turn signal and does all that, but she's but we get her on a track, she's a complete freak, right?
Yep.
You're gonna get it.
Yep.
That's right.
Exactly.
Gonna put the pedal to the metal. No, I love it. I think it's great. And I'm a huge fan of that. I love that. So thank you for coming in. Let's get back
thank
here.
you.
Let's do revisiting anything that we can do and updating our listeners. I know people are going to want to know more, and let's keep them informed. An informed community is a happy community.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, I would love to.
yeah, we love what you're doing. So keep.
Well,
I'm
thank
very
you.
proud of you.
Thanks.
Good for you. Yeah. All right. Laura, thanks for coming and hanging out. Salem Crossing Meadowview. You guys rocking it. We're going to be at the Boo Bash.
Absolutely, we'll be there. We're getting ready.
Yeah, you're going to have a cute. I know.
I'm excited.
Yeah. We don't tell what we're going to dress up as because we like to surprise you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But we've been working on ours. Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, let's take our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Kentucky Cat and Court, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Celebrity Home Loans.
Yay, everyone! And don't forget the card show off.
sense is a superpower. American heroes, Rick and Bubba.
6 minutes past the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. As we make our way back, Helmsy, the real Greg Burgess, and Adler all here. Speedy out. We don't know when or how often he'll be here this week, as his dad gets ready for open heart surgery tomorrow. So keep Mr. Wilburn and family in your prayers. As we start the hour, we got updates, and we figured this update was coming. This Alec Baldwin thing, man, just so tragic what happened on this movie set. And like I say, having kids who aspire to and have worked in the movie making business. I was corrected quickly by young Broderick, who told me a cinematographer does not stand behind the camera. That's not a cameraman, Dad. That's the person that's overlooking at the monitor and the screen to see how the shot looks and making adjustments and getting the shot that they want. So that person would have been in a different location than the camera that was shooting the scene. But with and then of course my oldest son and young Broderick's, and we've heard this over and over again. They put gunpowder in these guns because they want the smoke and they want that look.
Yeah.
So it will shoot
It's just not a projectile.
Yeah, but it can shoot a projectile.
But if you're just close to it, the air coming out of it can be deadly.
Yeah, and we had 2 people die.
You got to have distance.
But anyway, the problem we're going to see now is people now are coming forward going, we knew this was going to happen. This set was it's low budget, independent film, not a lot of budget. You wonder what Alec Baldwin's doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, they said that there had been times before this where guns that they were told were cold, meaning they're not going to fire at all, fired. And they said that they also would take the guns off the set and put real bullets in them and start shooting targets and stuff.
See, Rick, to me, if you're in this environment, bullets should not even be on the set.
No.
Because of the possibility of an accident.
Right. So they said that the one he used had been used for target practice by crew members, and they're now saying that they think he killed this woman with a live round. That it really is not. Then others are saying that
What a mysterious projectile!
Right.
It just had a bullet.
that ammo and blanks were stored in the same place. Now, it doesn't say it here, but a story I read over the weekend said that the scene that cost this young woman her life is that when they were shooting it, it was a scene that he was backing out of this old church you keep seeing in all the pictures.
Right.
And he's supposed to be backing out, and he just simply draws his gun. And that was it. It wasn't even supposed to fire. And it went off accidentally. He pulled it out of his holster, and it fired. Meaning that it was supposed to be cold. It wasn't even supposed to have anything.
Well, that part's kind of on him. But you should pull a gun out and it fired. But it shouldn't have had a bullet.
Well, he was told that it accidentally fired, meaning the gun wasn't supposed to have anything in it. Right. So he's doing all these moves with a holster to try to get the look they want. And
so he was told it was totally cold.
Totally cold.
Blank.
Yeah. And it went off. So now I don't know whether that's true or not. Again, that was a story over the weekend, and now this one that I'm looking at now is not talking about that scene. But the one that I saw over the weekend did.
I saw a stunt guy who does what's the name they call it? An armor person? Is that who does this thing?
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling it. But
I saw an interview with him saying, "Look, I've worked on all these movies. This is what you do with a gun before you hand it to an actor."
Right.
He took it, he popped it open, he went through every cylinder, spinning it around, showing you there was nothing in it. He put it back in and clicked it 6 times to be sure there was nothing, no way, anything. Then he handed it.
Yeah, and they're saying, now you're making the point that I saw because you confirmed in great detail. They said the stuff like you were just said was not being done, and people were complaining. They were saying, hey, the safety measures that we take with these guns, these prop guns, these people aren't taking these safety measures.
Oh, he said every time I hand a gun to an actor, I have to do this. I go through it, click, 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 and I hand it to him. He showed how quick he could do it, and he said that gives everybody confidence because they saw me do it, that nothing's in it. And he said if they lay that gun down and do something else and come back, He said if it leaves their hand, I have to do it again before I give it back.
They're saying this movie was set in the 1880s, and they think he may have had one of these Colt pistols that would have fit that era. Right. They don't know for sure, and they don't know why. And it does say accidentally